start today, let's try this opening challenge. Which of these expressions are not equivalent to x over y? Think about it for a moment. Pause the video. Here's the answer. Okay? This one is not equivalent because you cannot reduce a number that it's added to the top and the bottom, only ones that are multiplied. Same thing here. This one is equivalent because you can reduce the number 3 times y and 3 times x and 3 times y. That becomes xy. This one is not equivalent. Remember, this is x times x times x, and this is y times y times y. There's nothing you can reduce. Here, however, you can reduce the n cubes because they're multiplied by x and y. All right, main goal today, we're going to learn to multiply rational expressions. All right, let's remember fractions. How do you multiply fractions? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. This equals 5 over 12. What's the rule? Numerator times numerator, goodness, times let me try that again. All right, so you can see that I did numerator times numerator over denominator times denominator. And when I multiply here, numerator times numerator, I'm going to get 2 times y plus 1. And I could distribute that too as well. And then I've got 5x times 7, that's 35x. Okay. Let's scroll down a little bit. What's this rule? Do you remember this for fractions, multiplying fractions? Before we do numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, let's see if we can cross cancel. We can cancel this and this. This becomes 1, and this becomes 2. How about the 3 and the 12? Yes, we can cross cancel there as well. 1 and 4. Now we do our numerator times numerator. That's 1 over 8. The rule? The rule is to cross cancel first, then multiply. Okay? So let's see how it works when you've got rational expressions. Can we cross cancel? Yes, we can. We've got an n and an n squared. Remember, n squared is just n times n. So when we cross cancel, this becomes a 1, this becomes an n. How about here? Yes, we can cross cancel the n plus 5s. This becomes a 1, this is left over. So here are the things that we're going to multiply on the numerator. 1 times 1 is 1, and on the denominator we're going to multiply this factor and this one. We've got n times n plus 3, and we could distribute that n across. All right, let's see let's do a couple practice problems here. Let me show you the steps. All right. Okay, what do you see that we can cross cancel or simplify? Let's try the 5s. That becomes a 1, that becomes a 3. How about the a's? That becomes a 1, that becomes an a. I'm going to put a little multiplication sign in here so I'm not confused and think it's an 11. How about the b's? Well, if I have b cubed on the top and b on the bottom, this becomes a 1, and this becomes b squared. Okay, let's go this way. Well, we've got this, obviously. We'll put the 2 up here and a 1 down here. Do I have to write the 1? Maybe the first time. How about the c's? Well, let's see. If I take 2 of those c's out, I have just c on the top, and this one becomes a 1. So my answer is, do I have anything hidden in here that I haven't canceled? No. I end up with 1 times 1 times 2 is 2, and then I'm going to put my b squared c over, now I multiply the denominator. 1 times 1 times 3 times 1, that's just 3a. I check. Is there anything I missed? Could I simplify again? No. Let's try this one. What do you see that we can cross cancel or simplify? Well, we see 2x plus 1s. That's just simplifying, not even cross canceling. So we'll put a 1 up here and a 1 down here. How about the 2x plus 5? Yes, that can go away. That becomes a 1 and this becomes a 1. Now what's left over? I've got 7 times 1 times 1 in the numerator, that's 7. And in the denominator I have 1 times 1 times x minus 7. Good? Let's try this one. Ooh, it gets a little bit trickier now because first we have to factor this polynomial. So to factor that, let's start with a box. We put in x squared minus 15. Okay, we have to split the negative 2x. So I'm going to put negative 15x squared here. I'm going to put negative 2x here. Two numbers, let's try negative 5x and positive 3x. Negative 5x here and positive 3x here. We end up with x minus 5 times x plus 3. So this crosses off. We end up with x minus 5 times x plus 3. Now can we simplify some more? Sure we can. Look, x minus 5 goes away. Now we've got a 1 and a 1 down here. Our x's we can simplify. We can cross cancel those. 1 and x. Anything else? That's pretty much it. Now 1 times x is x. 1 times x plus 3 is x plus 3. There's our answer. Let's try this one. This one we are going to have to rewrite. Okay, so let's just simplify first. Let's factor as much as we can first. We've got b plus 3. Can we that does not factor. How about 4b minus 12? We can take a GCF out. You end up with 4 times b minus 3. Okay, can we factor this? Let's try it. We'll go down here. Box first, we end up with b squared 3. We've got to split that negative 4b. So we say 3b squared and negative 4b down here. This is going to be negative 3b, negative 1b. We plug that in. We end up with b minus 3. The sign matches the box that it's closest to. Minus 1. So this becomes b minus 3 times b minus 1. Good? Okay, can we simplify this one? You bet we can. Let's try and factor it. So first we start with a box. B squared minus 30. Okay, we've got to split the negative 7b. So negative 7b goes down here. And up here we have negative 30b squared. I'm going to end up with negative 10b and positive 3b. So negative 10b, positive 3b. I end up with b minus 10, b plus 3. So this we change to b plus 3 times b minus 10. Okay, now we can do the fun part. What can we simplify? Well, the b minus 3's go away. That becomes a 1. What else goes away? The b plus 3 here cancels with this. Got some more 1s. The 4, can we simplify that? I don't think so. I think we're done. So we've got 1 times 1 times b minus 1 over 4 times 1 times 1 times b minus 10. 4 times b minus 10. And of course you could distribute that 4. All right, let's try this one. Number 5. What can we simplify? Oh, we can't factor either of these or this. We've got to factor this. So let's start with a box. I'm going to put my x squared in and my 12 in. I've got to split that 7x. 7x goes here. 12x squared goes here. Let's put 4x and 3x in. This becomes x plus 4, x plus 3, x plus 4, x plus 3. Cancel. The x plus 3's go away. Anything else that will cancel? becomes a 1. No. So on the top, I've got 1 times 5. And on the bottom, I've got x times x plus 4 times 1. But I'm not going to write the 1. Okay? Let's try this one. All right. Well, this one we don't have to factor. Hooray. It's just a matter of simplifying and cross-canceling. So let's start by simplifying this 8 and this 16. That becomes a 2. This becomes a 1. How about the g's? We can simplify those. That g becomes a 1. This becomes a g. How about these h's? Of course those simplify too. So we end up with h on the top and a 1 on the bottom. These 3's, that 3 does not go into 32. The h's will simplify. That becomes a 1 and a 1. All right, let's try cross-canceling. The 2 goes into 32. So that 2 becomes a 1. 2 into 32 is 16. So I've got 16 times 1 down here. The g, h, and j squared do not simplify, and nothing simplifies this way. Cross cancels. So on the top, we've got 1 times g times h times 3 times g squared times 1. So that's going to become, what's g times g squared? Well, let's do the number first. 1 times 3 times 1 is just 3. G times g squared is g cubed times h. And in the denominator, 1 times 1 times 1 times 16 times 1. That's easy. 16. Do we need to simplify again? No, I think we got it all. And this is for you to put on your closing on your stamp sheet. And here's your homework. So we did it well. Good luck with that.